All right, guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, first of all, last week was something. We took about three trades, right? We lost on one, which was GPUSD, and we profited off USD CHF and ACAD, right? So, right now, come balance is at a point where we're super far from the goal, but where's that point? Okay, so the account balance is currently at $90, right? And we're in this week now. We're gonna try to take it from 90 to at least 120 or something like that. I don't totally remember because I don't have the plan written down, right? But I do have it. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. So it should be from 90 to at least 135 or 117. So 117 or 135, right? Those are two targets right there for this upcoming week. And now let's get into the video. I'm gonna show you guys the markets for this upcoming week. As you guys can see there though, we have GBNCD, JPY, UAD, CHJPY, GBAD, and USD CAD. So let's get into the markets. Okay, so first thing, right? You can clearly see here that on the weekly time frame we are bearish, we are bullish regarding to the trend, right? So we are bullish, the trend is bullish on the weekly time frame. You can see here that its EF interest is totally valid. We have one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch, right? So that means the EF interest is valid. If you want to see it on the line chart, then here it is one, two, three, four, right? Let's go to the day time frame now. And day time frame, you can see that price here is actually bearish, right? So what happened is from longer times, I predicted this trade to go on the buy, right? I predicted that that happened, but we had no retracement. So now price has retraced back into this EF interest where we might potentially have a rejection from this EF interest, right? So that is why we're looking to take this trade to the upside as of now. But let's get back into this trend. So the trend on day time frame is bearish. So weekly bullish, daily bearish. No, that being said, we do not exactly have any bearish rejection on this bearish candlestick right here, right? So that's not really a confluence to enter this trade. But as you can see, we're at an air for interest, and this air for interest, it still can have something as if they push, even though the daily time frame did close very strong as a bearish candlestick. Now, let's go on the 4 hour time frame. So the 4 hour time frame is obviously bearish as well. So you have two time frames in sync, which is the daily and the 4 hour. Now you're probably questioning why are you looking to take this as a buy when the trend is literally bearish? Well, that's because in order to have a pullback, the trend needed to go bearish, right? We need to have a change in trend in order to have this pullback, right? So that's pretty much expected to have on the lower time frames, right? The day time frame is totally different. This is kind of push off, but regarding to the trend, we still needed to have that shift of structure, right? Or change in trend. So on the 4 hour time frame, I'm expecting the same thing. I'm expecting the 4 hour to have that shift of structure or change in trend in order to take this to the upside. So what I would basically be looking for is something like this basically, right? I'd want price to basically go above, right? After going above, I want price to come back and anywhere off here, right? For once you reach somewhere near here or whatever, then I expect price to continue to push up, right? That I would expect from GPNC. Nothing more, nothing less, right? If we get that and it's looking very, very nice, then we take this trade from the downside to the upside, right? Or one, two could be somewhere even right here, right? So put this here. This would be my first point of exiting this trade, which is basically this will be my like my TP target. So I have to have something like this. That's too much, and this is too little. So this is the only way that this trade could work out in my favor regarding to the PNL. So that's it for GPNZD. Looking to take this for a buy. All right, so keep that in mind. Now let's go on GB cat and cat JPY. All right, so here on cat JPY, you can see that on the weekly time frame we are bearish. Right, that's correct. So we had a higher high, higher low, higher high. Came up for a pullback, went back up, had a shift in structure or changing trend. So from there, we're put pretty much bearish. Now, on the weekly time frame, you can also see this head and shoulders pattern where it's not beautiful, but it's there. So left, right, head, and the right, right. So that's the right shoulder right there. Break from this head and shoulders pattern. You can see that we have one, two, three rejection. That's a strong AF interest on the weekly time frame right there. So that being said, we're looking for and then you can see here that price broke, right? So after creating the right shoulder, it broke from the reject from the AF interest to then have a pullback into the F interest to then sell, right? So this is like an ideal sell right here on the weekly time frame. So let's go on daily time frame, see what's happening as well. Once again, the CF interest is valid. One, two, three, four, five. There's more rejection from the CF interest. So on the day time frame, we are clearly bullish, but we are below the CF interest. So the fact that we're below the CF interest, you should not be looking to take this for a buy. So the weekly is bearish, the daily is bullish. The daily is below the F interest. The weekly is below the F interest. We should be keep is for a sell, right? Because once price goes up, it should do nothing more than reject, right? That's what is expected. So once price goes up, it should reject because it's below the F interest. If it was above, then we expect it to go up. Once it's below, we expect it to go down, right? Basically, support and resistance, supply and demand, whatever you want to call it. It's basically simple area of interest, whatever you want to call it, supply and demand. So the daily, as stated, is bearish, weekly, bullish. Now, what's going on the 4 hour time frame? So the 4 hour time frame, as you guys can see, this right here is somewhat, I would say, bullish. I would say bearish. I don't know because it's hard to tell because of how little this structure was right here, right? And then from here, we just going to go down, down, you know. But even then, as I'm doing this, right, you can see that we have a left head, right shoulder, break, retest. So from here, we should continue to sell to the downside, right? That's pretty much what I'm seeing right here on the 4 time frame. But our next confluence to this 4 time frame thing is that you can see that once again we blew the F interest, right? We caused an even stop formation after having this bearish push and retracement. We had an even stop formation to the downside. But that being said, we are still not interested as yet. We want price to do something. I'm not sure what, but I feel like I would want price to come back within this area of interest, right? Because trend would still be bearish. And then from there we can have a rejection that is very, very solid to go to the downside. Now, why do I want that? Because on the 4 hour time frame, we have an even start formation, yes, but at the same time, when the market opens, we cannot take the trade from here. We need a pullback somewhere to take this trade. If the market should continue down, then we basically lose out on the trade, and I will not be chasing a trade. So it's better to miss out on a trade than to chase it, in my opinion, and that is something that I will not do. So if price wants to go down, down and down and down, then I'm not into the trade unless I have a valid reason to enter. And as for now, I can't see what the price could do as it opens to give me a valid reason to enter, unless price want to pull back somewhere within here or even within the air futures, which would be better for me in order for me to sell, right? The 4 hour, what the 4 hour time frame could do when the market opens is to try to just have a push to the upside within its F interest, and then when it's about to close, it came back all the way to come all the way down to this area and close at a pin bar or whatever you could think of. So that's pretty much it. Now let's go on year 80.